Are you curious to know if you qualify to apply for an H1B visa extension or renewal? In this video, we are going to show you the 3 ways to apply for an H1B visa extension or renewal. Now, normally H1B visas are granted for up to 3 years at a time, and they can be extended for another 3 years. The normal maximum amount of time you can remain in H1B status is 6 years. And once the 6 years is reached, you must be physically outside the U.S. for at least 1 full year in order to reset that 6-year clock. Now, there are ways to extend the H1B visa beyond the normal 6-year period. The first way is if you are the beneficiary of an approved I-140 petition. The second way is if you are the beneficiary of a PERM petition or an I-140 petition that was filed over 1 year ago. And the third way is if you're recapturing time spent outside the U.S. during the past 6 years in H1B status. So let's talk about the first one. Actually, we're going to go to the second one. If you have a PERM that's been pending for at least a year, you're eligible to file an H1B extension for 1 year. Also, if you have an I-140 petition that's been pending for 1 year, you're eligible to extend your H1B visa for 1 year. Now, if you have an approved I-140 petition, you're eligible for a 3-year H1B extension. And finally, if you're able to recapture time that you spent outside the U.S. So let's say, for example, every summer, let's say you're a teacher, and every summer you left the U.S. for 2 months. Well, after 6 years, that adds up to 12 months. So you would be able to file an H1B extension for that 12 months, to recapture that 12 months that you spent outside the U.S. Now let's go back and look at some of the details for each. So let's first look at the 1 year extension, 1 year H1B extension based on a pending PERM or pending I-140 petition. So there are 2 things that are important in this section. The first one is that this option is available until the expiration date on the PERM approval. The second one is that you can file ahead of time as long as the requested start date is after the PERM or I-140 has been pending for at least 1 year. Now let's look at some of the details of the 3-year extension based on an approved I-140 petition. You are not required to be in H1B status at the time. So let's say you went from H1B to H4 because your 6 years expired and your I-140 was not yet approved. You can apply from H4 to get back into H1B status. And this is important. The H1B petitioner does not have to be the same employer that filed the I-140 petition. It could be a different employer. And this also has the advanced filing option. So you can request, you can file the H1B petition before, as long as, so you can file the H1B extension beyond the 6-year period within 6 months of the requested start date. And also you can combine the requests for the remaining time in 6 years, as well as the 3-year extension. Also, it's important to note that this applies only to the principal I-140 beneficiary. A spouse in H-1B status cannot piggyback. And for the details of the time spent outside the U.S., essentially, if you left the U.S. today and you arrived in India tomorrow would be the first day outside the U.S., and you would add up those days outside the U.S., typically on a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, and you would have corresponding visa stamps from your passport as documentary evidence. Finally, the 240-day rule. What this means is that once you file the H-1B extension, USCIS says that you can remain in status for 240 days while you're waiting for them to adjudicate your H-1B petition, while you're waiting for them to approve it. So you generally don't want to travel outside the U.S., but you are in status for up to 240 days after the expiration date of your current H-1B visa while you're waiting for the USCIS decision. So I hope this helps explain how you can apply for an H-1B visa extension after your normal 6-year period is up. This is John from Immigration Office Solutions. Our team prepares immigration petitions for law firms as well as HR departments in all 50 states. And again, this is not legal advice. If you need legal advice, please contact an immigration attorney. Hope you liked it. Please like the video if you do. We'd love for you to subscribe, and feel free to reach out to us on our website or in comments below. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next video.